Hi all, welcome to the series of interview questions front end every day with a vision to make each day better with a smaller step. So let's see the question 29. The question is how to make instance variables of public and private in JavaScript. This could be easily done in classical languages like Java and C++. You would have just put public A, private A, and this will happen. But is it possible in JavaScript? Yes, it is possible. We don't have such explicit names, but you can do it easily. Okay, so let us first, I will just go to JS Fiddle. So I have a book function. Okay, it has two variables, name and cost. And name I'm trying to set with set name and get name. And this is a constructor function. As you can see, it is a constructor function. Using this constructor function, I'm creating a book object. From the constructor function, I'm passing the name and cost. Okay. So how to make something as private and public? Public, you can do it easily, right? You can just add this dot. Whatever you added to this, okay, you know how constructor function works. Whenever you add a new before the constructor function, this will be initialized with a empty object, okay. And to the this whatever you add, okay, whatever you add gets returned back to book object, right? Correct. So obviously, if you have cost, set name, and get name added to the this, it will be returned to book object. So book object will be able to access all the three values, right? But how to make it private? Private is also very simple. So inside the function, if you put var name, okay, var name. So this name, okay, cannot be got by book object because it is not this object, the name is not returned in this object. So name will not be accessible by book object. The name can be accessed by only the functions and variables inside this function, right? Because it belongs to a function scope, correct? So whatever exists within this function can only access the name, and we can get the name only by here we are trying to get the name by we are first setting the names using set name, and using the get name we are trying to get the name, right? There is one small great concept here. So while discussing closure, I would have told you why with closure only you can achieve private. So in this case, this is a great example of closure. You see the set name get name is all returned to the book object, is all returned. It is all uh, returned to the book object. But when you try to access this get name, it is able to get the name from the scope, because as per the definition of closure, it has access to the scope in which it was created. Closure definition is even though it is returned, it has the access to the scope in which it was created. So the get name, set name, even though they are returned, it is able to access the scope, the name which is available in the scope. Okay. So now through with the help of closure, we are able to achieve the private in JavaScript. I will just put this in a in here, okay, so that you can see it clearly. So now I have accessed. You can now very well see the book object will be able to access only the public variable cost, get name, and set name. It will not be able to access the name, correct? Because it is private. It is not returned to the book object. That object is not returned to the book object. But name you can't access. But only through get name you will be able to access the name. Okay, get name you will be able to access the name through the concept of closure, because the get name is returned to book object. Even though it is returned, it is able to access the scope in which the name is created. Okay, hope this is clear. But you can access the book object cost. Cost is possible because it is a public variable. Public cost is public. Okay, hope this is clear. If you go to TypeScript and all, this can be easily achieved. You could you can easily put private name, public cost. That is easily done. But this is all syntactic sugar. But under the hood, if you see the transpiled code, this is how it will get transpiled to. This is how this is working in JavaScript. It gets transpiled to this code actually. Okay, hope this was useful for you all. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.